So with this, you can do some sketch, okay? Then here is another one. Let me see. I think there are 2 or 3. There are 3. So we're going to play all the 3. Then tomorrow will be class practice. I asked you to print for cubic, right?
Yes.
So I will print Quartic tomorrow. So the first class will be on correlation. The other class will be to finalize this with class practice. I don't trust some of you outside the class to practice. You don't trust yourself too, right?
No, of course not. I did my work.
All right, so pay attention, please.
In this example, we are asked to find the equation of a quartic.
To find the equation, you need to start from the format, right? Let's reason it together. What would the format of this look like?
Identify the x-intercept.
What would the format looks like?
The x-intercept y.
Format. Y is equal to, that's what I'm asking.
Y is equal
Open
to
bracket.
a.
What? Y is equal to?
A
A.
A.
Open bracket.
Open bracket, not open bracket before A.
Yeah.
Yes?
A open bracket. X
x
minus
minus
plus
X plus 3.
plus 3. Close bracket.
Close
Open
bracket.
bracket. X plus 1. Close bracket. X plus 1.
Close
Close bracket squared. And then
open bracket.
open bracket. X minus 3.
And to find A, what do you need to find your A?
Huh?
You
To
put
find
in
A.
the y-intercept.
The Y-intercept, which is minus 3. Just like the
function
cubic.
from its graph. We use the same method as we did for the graph of a cubic, beginning with the x-intercept. The graph touches the x-axis at minus 1, so this corresponds to the squared linear factor x plus 1 all squared. The graph cuts the x-axis at minus 3 and 3. These x-intercepts correspond to the single linear factors x plus 3 and x minus 3. The quartic could be any constant multiple of the product of these factors, so we multiply them by an unknown a. The other piece of information we are given is the y-intercept. We can use this to determine the value of a. The y-intercept is minus 3, so we substitute x equals 0 and y equals minus 3 into our factored cubic, and solve to find that a equals 1/3. We can now write down the complete quartic function.
Okay? Last but not the least. So that will help you do this. I've created a worksheet on that. I'll bring it tomorrow. We don't need it today. Now the last but not the least. Want to find the equation given information. This is word problem. Just like the cubic too.
In this example, we are given information about the graph of a quartic p of x in words. We are told that the graph touches the x-axis at one point and cuts it at another. Touching refers to a linear factor raised to an even power, either 2 or 4, and cutting refers to a linear factor raised to an odd power, either 1 or 3. However, the degree of p of x is only 4, so in this case,
Did you hear that? Touching, even, square, it's always touching. Power 4 is also always touching. That's a very key point. Crossing, odd power. Power 1, even your power 3 goes like that. It touches, it crosses, goes flat, and continues. So don't forget that. That's very important detail. Go back again.
raised to an even power, either 2 or 4, and cutting refers to a linear factor raised to an odd power, either 1 or 3. However, the degree of p of x is only 4, so in this case, the touching at 2 must correspond to the squared linear factor x minus 2 all squared, and the cutting at minus 3 must correspond to the single linear factor x plus 3. Since these factors only give us a cubic, we need a fourth linear factor to complete the quartic.
Can I ask, why is this not raised to power 3? Because it's also
it's
only to raise
it's a
power
quartic
four.
function.
It's a quartic function. So you can't just put power 3 because automatically it becomes power 5.
Yes.
Thank you.
We write the fourth factor in the general form, ax plus b. A cannot be 0.
There's no
or
need
else
for
the
A
function
here.
cannot be a quartic.
You
Yes.
can factorize out
We
later.
now need to solve for both unknowns A and B. To do this, we need the rest of the information in the question.
Question.
We would like to use the y-intercept
Oh,
of
I'm
the
gonna ask
graph so we could immediately solve for B.
that. That's the easiest one.
However, we do
Go
not
for
know
the
it.
easiest first.
Instead, we are
I
given
don't want
two
the
other points
expansion
on
and
the graph.
complicated equations.
We will use these to construct simultaneous equations in A and B. Since P of x passes through 1 minus 12, we know P of 1 equals minus 12. We substitute x equals 1 into the formula and simplify.
We
This
don't
is
have
our
the
first
y-intercept.
equation in A and
That's
B.
why you're going to have to go
Since
through
P of
this.
x
So,
passes
yes.
through
Yeah, your
3,
y-intercept is
6.
easy to get your
We know
b.
P of 3 equals 6. We substitute x equals 3 into the formula and simplify. This is our second equation in A and B.
Write your equation as simple as
Solve the
possible.
two equations simultaneously. Start with equation 2.
Don't expand,
Write
divide.
the negative of
If it
equation
is
1
divisible.
underneath. Then add the result. We
Solve the
have to find
simplest
A
way
equals
possible.
2.
Don't
And
use
we
substitution
substitute
method,
into
complicated
equation 1 to
method.
find
No,
B.
eliminate.
Knowing A equals 2 and B equals minus 5, we can now write down the complete quartic function.
So nothing can be factorized in this case. Does that make sense? So let's take note of this. So I want you, when I give you that paper tomorrow, I want you to form a note also with the example, just like we did for QB. All right? Any questions? Okay, if there are no questions, thank you very much. Elsie, before everybody stands, can you thumb that up?
Should I go to lunch?
Yes.